It might be. Are you? Sorry. Our
Good
it
morning.
was frozen again, which always catches me off guard. I will just have to
All right,
edit
that's terrible.
edit that bit.
We have complained.
Yes, there's just not a lot of options.
So,
So today is the final episode before Grace comes back.
after you listen to this, we'll be back.
Yes.
Well, we're never leaving, really. Episodes are going to continue.
Yes, we've just been really cramming over the last month, which has been stressful. I think we've both been overwhelmed at times. And I just realized that I didn't have. Oh, no.
Really?
It's got the mics there. I thought it was the computer sound. Just forgive us. We're having a morning, so this isn't quite as structured as other ones are.
No.
This is episode 17.
17.
I'm gonna put that blooper in though. We recorded this another time and we both just kept saying it's a different number and then we switched and said the other number.
Yeah.
Regardless.
17.
17, and we were gonna do coping skills, but I think it might just be more of a fluid conversation on coping.
Stress, anxiety.
Because I think we both feel that, especially you this morning.
Yeah.
If we're being candid.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when we're recording this, I actually should have already left for Florida. Supposed to leave on a Thursday. Today is a Thursday that we're recording. It will come out on Monday. But yeah, there's a hurricane. So that has really
said
not today. Yeah. So definitely stress and anxiety and trying to manage and navigate that in a healthy way.
Or unhealthy ways.
Yeah. Oh, last night I was on my phone doom scrolling for a long time.
Yeah.
In my mind, for me, that's unhealthy. For someone else, it could be healthy, but the doom scrolling,
I don't know
it's not good
who that would be healthy for. I don't think that.
Yeah.
I don't think that's healthy.
Yeah, Cassidy and I both have an app, and one of my good friends, Lauren, she has an app called Happy Color. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
I'm obsessed with it. I told Cassidy about it.
And I've been doing it every night.
Yeah. Yes. It's in like color by numbers, right?
Yeah.
That's called.
I hate when you can't find that
Me too.
teeny one.
But it's like a game to me. Like, I will find it.
Oh, yeah. I've been doing a lot of the daily ones. So, like,
this
is one from the.
You can't, like, click on it. It's a weird situation.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I've been doing a lot of them. This is kind of what they look like.
Yeah. I'm embarrassed to see how many I've completed.
Yeah. Whatever.
Oh, why doesn't it
I don't know. So you weird. Get my point.
But some coping through that, like,
yeah,
a little nightly color, and
that's what I do. I was staring off into space and doing one of those colors, and I was in my feelings last night too. So
see, okay,
yeah.
I shared an audio message with Cassidy this morning that I sent to a friend earlier, and I said in it, it's just been a week, like. One thing after the other. We've tried to record this week, and
we've tried to record this episode 3 times now.
Yeah, and not at all that I think either of us want this to be perfect, but we do want it to be good for you guys that are listening.
I want as much quality as we can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's been semi-stressful of like, okay, let's make sure we record and it goes well.
Consistency, because if ever this becomes bigger, then I want that consistency.
Yeah. Which, not that there's necessarily an agenda, but like maybe a little, hey, if you're listening, like send to a friend, maybe an episode you think that would be helpful for them, or like and subscribe to our channel.
I will do better with YouTube, and I need to put all the reels on there too.
We're getting there.
That one's just a little bit more algorithm-y. Out there, but yes, rate, leave a review if you want to. I think over this month that you're gone, we'll be a little bit more active, hopefully on Instagram, and I'm hoping we can throw some polls up. So if there's a topic you'd like to hear, or movie, show, pop culture reference that you think would be fun for us to breakdown, we'd love to hear some ideas.
Yeah. Which even if like you're listening to the podcast on Spotify or Apple or whatever, shoot over to our Facebook or Instagram page.
Yeah.
At 2View Therapy.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah.
At 2View Therapy.
Simple. Send that, go over there and follow our page because we'll post some reels at some point about the week's episode. We're getting there on making reels and doing stuff like that. And then we also just post like what episode's coming out that week, some different mental health statements, quotes. Yeah. So give us a follow over there.
We're trying to make it tasty, a little bit more appealing.
Yeah. And we'll post some polls and stuff on there as well. So if you don't have the access on Spotify or something to the polls, you can look at it on Instagram.
Honestly, I've thought about creating an email for us, but I don't know who's going to email us yet.
That's fair. Like, do we have an email?
We don't, because we've just been using ours. But I was like, wouldn't it be easier if it was all just in this one
area? Yeah. Things for us to ponder.
Yes.
Okay, so diving into this, like coping. General.
You know, we're talking, of course, we're therapists. We don't have it figured out, and we don't always make the best choices with coping.
Oh.
Yeah. I went to therapy on Monday after having a long hiatus because things were going on, and my therapist had her own stuff going on, and you heard me bitch and moan over the last a lot of months about how I just wanted to see my therapist because I don't want to find a new one. Okay.
Fair.
If you know, you know. It's a struggle. It's not fun when you mesh well with somebody. You just want to see them,
and starting over.
It really just makes you just want to say fuck this whole thing.
Yeah.
So that's where I was at. Well aware, like I could just use it, just like a little refresher, and once a month. That's kind of where I'm at. But
yeah, kind of some maintenance.
Maintenance is the word I was looking for. Yeah. I go in there and let her know, like, I definitely do have some avoidance going on. So she kind of tucks that away for the time being. But she did have to bring it up a couple of times and ask me on different occasions throughout my session, how am I coping? For which I avoided that question.
Absolutely.
Because I don't think I tend to overfunction and justify that as my coping. I'm doing all the things.
So my thought process here, if you're looking at a figure eight, on the top of the figure eight is overfunctioning, on the bottom is underfunctioning. When someone else is underfunctioning or something's not happening, it increases anxiety, which leads to overfunctioning.
Yeah.
Which overfunctioning then leads to a decrease in anxiety, but it's only temporary. Does that make sense, what I just explained there?
It does.
So it would make sense that you cope in a way by overfunctioning because it decreases anxiety, at least for a time.
Yep. Yeah. My mom and my grandma, same way.
Those dang generational patterns, man.
Yeah. But I have a lot on my plate while you're gone because I have my clinical exam. I scheduled it. Did I tell you I scheduled a day?
Did you?
Yeah.
When are you taking it?
Try not to freak out while I said October 22nd. From
right before I get back.
2 to 6 p.m. 6:15.
Gosh, that window sounds so long.
Yeah. You get a 15-minute break.
In the middle, or just
so there's like 11 sections. So between 5 and 6, you get a break. But yes, it is a done deal, and I have been really dicking off with the studying.
So excited for you.
I am pucker in my butt.
There is an increase in stress here.
Yes, so I'm trying to figure out, what do I do? I am stressed about this. We've been trying to crank these out. I need to get all my notes done. And I just feel like, as I was talking to my therapist, I'm just like, I can never not be like thinking about therapy stuff, and I'd like to not. But this is where I'm at right now.
I'm curious, and like you are studying for your exam.
Uh-huh. Sort of.
And sort of. Part of that is like yours is done right. Like the way they have it set up of you see clients for so many years before you take this
Mhm.
exam, which is so smart. I feel like that's helped you at all. Like, have you acknowledged that?
Yes, because so a lot of the questions, I'm like, well, duh. It is like, to me, I have a lot of common sense. Thank you.
Thank goodness.
Yes. So I'm like, uh-huh. But the questions will specifically ask, like, if you're using this type of theory,
Yes.
how would you respond? So all of the responses are correct, but what is the response based on
That.
theory?
Yeah. Yeah, that'll get you.
And I'm like, "Ugh." So I have really bad test anxiety, and I second guess myself and shit the bed.
So with all that of
Mhm.
shitting the bed, how do you manage? How do you cope with that that anxious feeling when you walk into an exam?
I do a lot of breathing.
Yeah.
I like to talk myself through the problems, but you're not allowed to talk in this tech exam. So I'll probably whisper myself, and I like hype myself up. I'm like, we got this, go Cassidy. Like,
Yeah.
so I will I'll probably talk to myself a little bit. I've always seen stuff about how you position your body
Mm-hmm.
instead of being balled up. Like I will try to, man spread.
Open.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Confidence.
Yep.
Yep.
Superman pose for like, I got
Yep.
we're open. And I keep telling myself, it doesn't have to be perfect, and they're not grading all the questions. So hopefully the ones that I miss are the ones that don't matter.
That'd be beautiful.
So I scraped by on the last one and got it done. So we see.
Oh yeah, because you've already had to take one.
Yes. And I had the option of taking this one at home, but I just think if I'm somewhere else, I'll be a little bit more focused.
You could take it at home.
Yes. Yeah. I don't want my cats to bother me. Which I am a little upset, so that they're going to print off, I think, my results, and I have to go grab them from somebody. Whereas when I was home last time, I just automatically saw them, and then I could cry. So I'm going to have to grab my results and scurry out of there, and then
Go to the car.
go to the
Yeah.
I'm going to cry either way, probably.
Yeah, as one would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, that dang exam.
and then I should be done for the rest of my life.
Wow, I'm so excited for you.
Yeah,
That'll be great.
I hope so.
Yeah. I think you can do it. You have a month still, basically. Little under.
Yeah, it's the 22nd, and it's on the 22nd. Yeah, I really got to not crank down. I need to hunker down.
Focus.
Yeah,
Thankfully, we won't have recording time this month.
I know, but I keep finding other things to do.
Convenient.
Mhm.
I do have those things I can send you if you like them.
Yes, and I've been taking some practice exams.
It looked really comfy. Cassidy just lifted her leg up on a chair and it looked very comfortable.
Yeah.
Anyways, so right now you have a lot going on.
Yeah, I've actually just overwhelmed myself talking about it.
Well, you had like we've been doing this. You've had some health issues at your home.
Uh-huh.
Studying for the exam, just general life stuff as well.
Navigating the kids.
How are you coping? And I am as your therapist saying, how are you coping?
Yeah.
You're not really your therapist.
I'd like to do my numbers. Zach and I have been trying to do more walks. And just trying to, we've got a gym in our basement that I also avoid, so I've been trying to get down there. I think it's just I don't have the mental energy to like come up with a workout, and if it doesn't look a certain way, like I like to work out muscle groups. So I'm not gonna just willy-nilly do all the things. So if I'm not having a plan for what muscle group, I'm like, I like to bake and do things. I have plans to hang out with my sister this weekend, and we're gonna make some soups and hot stuff
all day.
Yeah, we're gonna go to a KC Current game, so looking forward to that. Really, I'm just waiting for this week to be done so I can go do that.
That'll be a lot of fun.
I hope so. They're rocking.
Are they?
Yeah, they're good.
I've no shade or anything. I just don't really watch soccer.
I don't either. I just follow them on Instagram. And my sister likes soccer because she played in high school.
Okay.
And so did my brother. But yeah. And you
Okay.
know me, I like to support a women's team.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm very pro women.
Their soccer field
Uh-huh.
is like specific to their women's team, right?
Yes, I think they were like the first in the nation to get like a brand new
Women's field.
Yep, stadium.
Stadium.
It's nice from what I've seen. Like their food vendors and stuff are like more top notch. You're not just gonna get the usual garbage.
Really?
Yeah, and their colors are just pretty. They're teal.
They're blue, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, people can say what they want about Patrick and Brittany Mahomes,
Brittany's the one that
but
initiated that.
she owns the team.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
It was her idea. She funded it. I don't know.
She's a businesswoman, and like,
Yeah.
go her for setting up a stadium that's specific to women.
Need it.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's very cool.
Yep, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that answers your question or if I just beat it around the bush.
I think ultimately what I got from that is you like to have something to look forward to, in a sense of
Yes.
like, I have so much going on, but if I can get all these things done,
light at the end of
part
the
it.
tunnel.
Huh?
It's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes.
I can do this for so long.
Yes. Even like, okay, I can get through my day and then we can go on a walk. Or like,
Yep. I'm always
paint
trying to look forward to something at the end of the day.
Okay.
Like today's just an earlier day. I'm done at 4. I'm like, we can do that.
Yeah.
And then I have several hours to potentially do notes.
I had dinner with my mom last night and we were talking. She's like, what's your day like tomorrow now? Whatever. It's like, I'm going to get everything done. Everything. So that we can hang out. And she just like looked at me and was like, everything? And I was like, I might have a few notes left. That's like, maybe not everything, but like most, so that I can just hang out and get ready to go.
Yeah. How are you going to just sit with not going today and having your plans change again? Like, how are you going to sit with that today?
I think I'm going to avoid it.
Yeah.
There's been some tears this morning and just like, not, I don't know that I would say necessarily anxiety, but the stress of just like, okay, I need to take a different route to get there, and that readjusts hotel and like,
oh yeah, did you call your hotel?
I did, and I got a refund.
Oh yeah,
I only got a refund because they didn't have any inventory of other rooms available for tonight or for tomorrow night.
Okay.
So because it was on them that they didn't have space for me,
then you got a refund?
Yeah. It's like,
I guess it worked in your favor.
Yeah, I'll take it.
But I think this goes into the idea, like, especially me, I get a certain picture in my head. And those are my expectations. Maybe I told somebody, maybe I didn't. But now I got to readjust. You had it in your head. You finally have done all of these things to go to Florida.
Yes. All
planned out. Finally had them happen. This is the week. Let's go. Nope.
Yeah. It does kind of feel like a train has hit me. And like, I have done a lot to prepare for this. I mean, even if we just talked about the podcast, you and I have recorded a ton this month in order to not record in October.
Wow. I wonder how many we've actually recorded.
That would be good to know because we've recorded a lot and not. We've probably at this point recorded at least 21.
Yeah.
But we'll be only keeping 17.
Well, because think of how many hours we've blocked out and either talked through or set up and then went, shit.
We don't have time now. Or like our technology sucks.
Yes. I'm hoping we've figured it out. I still want to figure out your room.
Yeah.
But this will just be it for now. And as we've been talking, this wall has been boring me. So this isn't exactly how I'd love it to be either, but
something right there.
Yeah.
We could figure that out.
You know, I'm thinking we could put a tall lamp there and then just my little end table. And the tall lamp's just highlighting the end table.
Why have we moved your end table every time?
I don't know.
Business chat here on live with you. But yeah, I have prepared a lot and to readjust and my plans have changed with when I'm going. My plans have changed of what direction I'm going with. It's changed of who's going with me. Like, just all of it's kind of been, and I understand none of it is anyone's fault, anyone's choice, anything like that. It's just Mother Nature. Like, just the hurricane has really just shifted things. And chatting with, I have friends who live there that, like, hoping water doesn't go in their homes. And, like, then, okay, is my Airbnb going to be available still? Because what if there's flooding or power's out? Or
a lot of this is outside of your control, and you just have to see what it's like when you get there.
Yeah. And I'll readjust and evaluate and shift if I need to. It's just, it's a lot.
I think that flexibility to shift on a dime is easy. I find it difficult. And I just need to sit with it. Yeah. I can get around to it, like, okay, but I need like some moments to be like, oh, okay, what I originally thought isn't going to happen.
Yeah.
And I hate that.
I can shift. At this point, I'm having a hard time shifting because it seems like I need to shift in so many ways.
So, yeah.
Like, that's becoming difficult for me of, okay, I could shift when I'm leaving. No problem. Cool. Then, okay, I can shift what direction I go. Okay. Then I can shift who's going with me. Okay. Like, all the different things, but then you pile them together and that becomes a lot for me. And, like, most mornings I go walk. I take the dog and my dad and I walk together. And just, like, move my body, get out in nature.
Yeah, definitely some morning grounding.
Yes. And I intentionally don't get on my phone until after my walk. And, like, this week that
would be a healthy skill.
Yes, it would be coping really well. This week I have not walked, which is part of how I cope.
I'm sure you could just feel that antsiness too.
Yes. And, like, it's nice typically because my dad's also a therapist. Most mornings when we walk, we say, man, what'd you see yesterday? What'd you hear? What were you dealing with yesterday that was difficult? Or what was a win in therapy?
Man, I wish I had somebody to understand. Like,
you want to go walk with us in the morning?
Might
join us. It's actually a great time.
I bet it would be.
Yeah, it is. But my dad's been gone. So we haven't walked together. So I haven't had that of, like, man, therapy's been a lot this week. And he's not been here. So we haven't been able to talk, like, okay, shifting, which my mom has been phenomenal. And I think that's part of how I've coped this week. Relying on the people around me to say, even this morning with you, I came in here with tears and was just, like, kind of word vomiting to you. And you were like, okay, like, let's talk it out, whatever. And I'm like, I'm not even helping you set up the office. And you're like, no, you just talk, like,
I pick up the slack, okay?
But I think though my normal coping of, like, I walk now for the last, like, 3 months, have been walking every morning. I don't get on my phone. And that really helps me in the mornings to not get that hit of, like, oh, a client texted me to cancel already, or they need something, or, like, this is what's happening in the world. I haven't done that this week. I've not walked and I've gotten on my phone laying in bed still. And that's terrible.
I really tried to, I might check my phone. I will check the weather so I can decide if I can wear a sweatshirt or not.
I love that for you.
And I might check a couple of texts because my sister sometimes gets up a little earlier than I do. And then Zach's been leaving for work at, like, 4:30. Yeah. So by the time I get up, I might just double check that his day is getting off because he's, like, 4 hours into his day.
That's terrible.
I know. He kind of likes it.
But actually, he probably gets home a lot earlier. And
he's home at, like, 1.
Yeah, that's nice. I wouldn't mind that.
But he's been going to bed at, like, 8:30 or 9. So our schedules are really flipped, which also just we both don't love. Anywho, so I've been trying to do that and not just get on the social media apps. I've been like, okay, we just need to get up. Let's go. Put on our daily sweatpants and sweatshirt and
okay, that's so funny.
Go make coffee.
I have, like, a sweatshirt and shorts, or, like, a t-shirt and shorts, or, like, sweatshirt and sweats that are I refer to as my uniform.
Yeah.
And my mom has the same. like hers is different, but similar situation. And we'll talk and be like, I'm going to put my uniform on.
Yeah. Well, it's just like
I'm getting
like
on.
an hour or two before work. I'm like, well, they're not dirty, so we'll do this again tomorrow.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'd probably go a little too long without washing my uniform. So just like a pair of shorts and t-shirt that I wear at home.
Yeah.
Like
there's no carrying around.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And if I'm wearing it before bed or like in the morning, there's no.
Yep. No, I agree with you.
If it's, I just burped, sorry. If it's like dirty, yeah, I'll wash it or wear something else. But
I give it a good week. Don't be saying this out loud. I don't know.
Absolutely. A good week. Yeah. I agree. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also would say part of, even though this is stressful at times, making sure we have time to record and editing and posting on social media and like getting everything kind of lined up. I would also say at times this is coping for me.
I think it's nice. I definitely enjoy that we can have conversations, which again, we talked about, like that's really what stemmed this idea. That's why today is a lot more casual. Sometimes I'm like, let's just save it for then, because we would be having this conversation regardless. It was recorded.
I also would be curious of like, and maybe we need to post this and get a temperature reading from listeners. Do you want more clinical? Do you want more conversation? Do you want more integration of like us and clinical, or do you want less of us, more clinical?
Yeah,
less clinical, more us. I don't know.
I think because we really enjoy a podcast called Shrink Chicks.
Yeah, both of us do.
We love it. I think they can be more clinical. They do talk a little bit, but they go back into like more like meat and potatoes. I think.
Here's what it is. Yeah. I think they do a lot more of like, I don't know that they're saying it, but they're working out of a model perspective.
Okay.
Like a theory. Theory.
So I love that. And I don't want to copy, but I think that also kind of stemmed the idea. But when we first started, I remember my sister saying she wanted to be more part of the conversation.
Yeah.
So I feel like us standing out is a little bit more deconstructed and easy with conversation.
Yeah. I would say also like part of Shrink Chicks is they have the same degree. They have the same licensure.
Yeah. They went to school together.
Yes. That's how they met, I believe. And Cassie and I have really different experiences background wise of work history, relational history, family of origin is different for us. Our degree is different, licensure, all the things.
Yeah, our music tastes are vastly different. We don't get to talk about that, unfortunately.
Very different. We do have similar show interests.
Yeah.
Similar.
Although the ones you threw at me, I was like, I've never, like, I don't know, you kept giving suggestions. I was like, God damn, I've never heard any of these.
I love a good Netflix like movie or show.
I need to. Well, I haven't even really been watching much TV. That's where I'm at. I just don't even want.
I will say, one of my unhealthy coping habits is a good Netflix show. I will binge. I'll just turn it on and do other things and like.
Oh, see, I will watch a show that I already know. And my thing is,
oh yeah,
I like to watch comedies, especially comedies from the 80s and 90s. Mel Brooks and Leslie Nielsen. Baseballs. Robin Hood Men in Tights. Airplane.
I got nothing.
Dracula, Dead and Loving It. Wrongfully Accused.
What are those from?
Those are movies.
Oh, from. How old are they?
I think 90s.
I will tell you, I did for a significant portion of my life grow up very sheltered. I was waiting for it and risky saying that. Sorry, Mom and Dad. I did grow up sheltered. Yeah. So like I watched, this is so funny. I watched a lot of VeggieTales.
Okay. The last meeting you weren't there yet, but VeggieTales got brought up and I was talking to your dad, like, my church had like a little thing you could check out. So we would check out VeggieTales.
Oh, that's cool.
Was it the rainbow fish with a little fit scale?
Oh, what is that?
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's a fish that has the sparkly scale.
What is that called? I know what
I
you're
don't know,
talking
but we
about.
watched it a lot, and I think there's a book.
There is a book.
Yeah.
There
I
is a
remember we
book.
watched the movie Marina, and I really liked it. Anyway,
I'm looking it up. I watched a lot of Bible Man.
I don't know what
I've
that
never
is.
seen Bible Man. My parents laugh every time I say that. I watched Bible Man so much. He has the armor of God. So like he's like a superhero.
Mhm.
He's like kind of like Batman. It's like how I describe him. But like everything he has, like the breastplate of righteousness. It's like everything. I watched a lot of him. But what else did I watch?
I like the Looney Tunes.
It's called Rainbow Fish.
It was Rainbow Fish. Okay.
Yeah, this thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. We have a hard time with like the
There we go. Yeah.
yeah. But if I had to tell you, like I have comfort movies and shows.
Dodgeball.
That's not one of mine, but I love that
On
for you.
a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
The movie Stick It. It's a gymnastics movie. All-time favorite.
What's that? I think some of the rom-coms from the early 2000s. I'll go to those.
I do love the movie Killers.
Nope, not.
Ashton Kutcher's in it.
I think I can picture the like toaster.
Katherine Heigl is her name. She's in it.
Yeah. I think I know what you're talking about, but I
Yeah.
haven't watched it, but maybe I will now.
Those two I could watch on repeat just like all the time. Also, the first like
I've never
six
seen it.
movies. Oh my gosh. There's something about them. My dad and I have always watched them together. And they're like, especially, I think it's 5. I will rewatch and rewatch and rewatch.
Well, that's how I am with Harry Potter.
Okay, so like I wasn't allowed to watch Harry Potter.
Oh, you were one of those.
Yeah, I told you. Shelter.
Oh, I told you.
Yeah. I watched Harry Potter for the first time like 2 years ago. I binged. I like did a whole week of a day I watched a Harry Potter movie.
Okay.
I think there was a day I watched 2 or 3.
So you have to do 2 because there's 8 because they split 7 into 2 parts.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't have known that.
Yeah, my family, I was a little bit young when I first started coming up, but we would go to the movies together. And then when the books came out, we would wait at Barnes and Noble because my mom pre-ordered them, and we'd all spend a day in our spots just trying to read as fast as we could. 8 hours of reading, and then we'd talk about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, no Harry Potter for me. But I will say, if I'm feeling stressed and overwhelmed and like not in a good space of like not dealing with the stress, I will rewatch a show or rewatch a movie. And there's actually like science behind that of it's safe because you know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
There's comfort in the predictability.
Yes, I won't rewatch some if I know there was like a little bit of suspense because like I don't have space for that.
No.
That's why I tend to go for comedies because there's no like ball dropped.
That's fair. Yeah, that's
I don't want to feel more like shit.
I want to know exactly what's going to happen. So like New Girl, all-time coping show. Like I will turn New Girl on and just like, it used to be, okay, fun fact here for you all. My coping used to be true crime. Well, that I would like fall asleep to Criminal Minds. Like that's not great because it's literally like murder and assault and all the really terrible things. But I'd seen Criminal Minds so much that it was just like this comfort. Now I don't watch it at all.
I can sleep easy at night, as you know. We've been watching some murder shows too. And I started your podcast, but I'm going to hold off. I listened to 2 episodes.
Did you like it?
Yes, I am liking it, but I'm going to save it for the drive to Kansas City.
So, there's like 100 episodes or something.
For season 1?
Yeah, there's a ton of them.
Oh.
Because they go through the trial.
Well, I wanted Zach to be a part of it so we could talk about it.
Oh, he's going with you.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a podcast called Up and Vanished if you guys like true crime. This isn't a sponsorship or paid whatever.
We wish it was.
Yeah, the first season is really incredible. It's a cold case that ends up getting solved-ish.
I'm waiting to hear that.
It's so good. Like I listened to it twice.
Well, you might listen to it again. You have some stuff put on deck for your trip.
I should listen to it again. Other than the fact that I'll be traveling and that's a little like, and this Up and Vanish first season is based out of Georgia and I have to drive through Georgia. So, like, I don't know.
Ooh, that feels ominous.
A little bit.
Ooh.
That's why I told you about it, because you said Macon the other day. And I was like, Georgia. Yeah.
For some reason, we always stop in Macon when we go to Florida.
For some reason, Macon is like, it's been a while since I listened to that season. But they talk about Macon at some point.
Okay.
Maybe someone lives there. I don't know. Ooh. Yeah. So this episode has been kind of all over the place.
It's therapeutic for us in this moment, okay?
But I wonder, like, for you sitting with clients during the week, when you talk to them about coping, what do you typically hear people say is like, this is how I'm coping?
Screens,
Yeah.
social media.
Yep.
Laying in bed, doing nothing.
Yep.
Well, lately this week actually has been a little bit of a refresher because we've had some positive reframe, positive self-talk, a lot of awareness. So we're trying to kind of flip that script, doing some reading and Bible study.
Oh.
Trying to make more time with friends.
Okay. Yeah.
I've been throwing out some somatic yoga for a few clients.
Oh.
Found a couple
I like
of
that
videos
idea.
that I'm like, it doesn't have to be wild and crazy, but just see what you experience. I've had some people journaling, so
okay.
And I use that term loosely, but they just sometimes
jotting things down
that they want to tell me. I feel like that counts.
I just had an intake yesterday where I said, I was talking about like my communication policy of like texting me or whatever.
I need to.
Yeah. It's like, it's limited to canceling, rescheduling, or scheduling. If you want to remember something to talk about,
yeah,
and you text it to me, I will not respond, but I will note it for your next session. But then I was like, get in your notes app on your phone and just jot a few things down.
I'll have people do that, or they bring like a journal that has all the things.
Yeah.
I don't even mind like if you shoot me an email.
I will say I hear a lot with clients of also give homework of like, do something that's healthy for you this week. I don't really put limits on it. I don't say you need to do it every day. I just say something that's healthy and feels good to you this week, like something. And I get a lot of clients who come back and like almost are experiencing shame of didn't do.
Oh, yep. I have one that I see weekly and I see her today and I'm like, this week you're doing something constructive for you.
Yes.
We'll see. Yeah, I get that. Like, I didn't do it. But then there's like some small ones in there. I try to pick those apart, you know?
Yeah.
You were out of bed more. You did this.
I do try and pull the like, okay, well, what did this week look like? Like, were you unable to do this because you had a lot going on? Or did you actually do it and you're not registering that this was healthy and coping for you? I have a lot of that, of people not registering. When you think coping skills, you get this like general 10 options of walk, eat right, get good sleep, don't be on your phone, exercise. Did I say eat right? I don't know.
Yeah. I have a list of like 100 that I sometimes I give out. Like, it doesn't have to be difficult. I even say like, if you have the time and you like drink a coffee on your porch with no one around you.
Yes.
You can just appreciate the morning.
Yes.
Your cup of tea.
Yes. Even like taking a shower could be that like something you need to do anyways, but maybe it's a longer shower
and you don't have any interruptions. I will say, yeah. Do you have a bath? Can you take a bath?
Yes.
Told everybody to politely fuck off.
Yes.
And you are just gonna hang out and enjoy that space.
Can you sit for 5 minutes in silence?
Yeah.
That's it. 5 minutes. This isn't like you need to dedicate half your time every day
to go. Minutes, but it's really constructive minutes.
Well, it's what's the word I'm looking for? Intentional.
Yeah.
It's intentional time spent to help you relax, de-stress, and cope with whatever life's throwing at you. And I think jokingly, I talked about the color by numbers, but both of us have been doing that.
been rocking it.
5 minutes, which I get sucked in, and I'm like,
I do like 3 a day.
45 minutes later, I've done 6, and I'm like, what just happened here?
Yeah.
Not really happening, but that sometimes that's healthy for me to just like zone out and not have to participate in what's going on outside of that space.
Yep.
That's maybe what it is. What can you separate from you for 5 minutes to just sit and be with yourself?
Yeah. I have some adult coloring books that have swear words in them.
I have adult coloring books, and I have a serial killer one. Each page is a
I
different
had
serial
one
killer.
on my birthday list a long time ago that had those.
Yeah,
I just never got it.
yeah, I have one. I've never colored in it.
I thought about having some adult coloring sheets for people to do in session, but I don't know if they'd get too sucked into it.
I have some. I've done that before. Sometimes with like I have teenagers do it, and sometimes with them it's very focused on like
In it.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so both of us have had a lot going on. We're trying to cope in a healthy way.
I think we're both just tired.
It doesn't always happen, and that's okay. And I think if we're boiling this episode down to something productive, is that we are therapists and we don't have it together either.
No.
We're trying. That I think is different. That we're trying.
Human beings. And I think that's what we really want to convey and show.
Yeah.
We're doing our best. We have awareness.
Yeah.
It just doesn't always look perfect.
No. We're trying. And I think if we don't continue trying, we end up in an unhealthy place. But that continued like movement towards growth and trying leads us back to our favorite little thing. If nothing changes, nothing changes.
Okay, I'd like to take a pause here and then do a little intro video for today. Okay. And I will splice this.
What would you like the intro to say?
Hey guys, I don't know.
So welcome to episode 17. Today we're going to talk about coping and the reality of what that looks like.
Yeah.
How's that work?
Works for me.
Okay, ready?
Yeah. Hey guys.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us on today's episode 17.
Yes, episode 17. Today we're going to just talk about coping and the reality of what that looks like, and that it's not always perfect, but
no, this is kind of an open conversation, and we're definitely candid about our own experience. So if you're interested, please stay tuned. Okay.